Do you ever find yourself looking for the perfect side dish to go with your grilled chicken, your hamburgers, or even your roast beef? Today I'll show you an easy side dish that my family loves: easy oven roasted potatoes. Not only do these potatoes have such a delicious flavor, but I'm going to show you how to get them perfectly golden brown. Let's get started. As you can see here, I have 6 red-skinned potatoes. We like to use red-skinned potatoes because they're a low starch, a little bit waxier, and they hold their shape well. You can use a more traditional russet potato if you'd like, but you may find that they fall apart slightly while baking, so that's why we choose to use red-skinned potatoes. You're gonna start by chopping the potatoes into chunks. You don't want too big of chunks because you want them to be able to bake in a decently short time. Our potato pieces are usually about 1/2 inch cubes. You can of course cut more potatoes if you'd like if you have a larger family, but 6 red-skinned potatoes seems to be about the perfect amount for our family of 5. After you have those potatoes all chopped up, you can get a large bowl and just put the potatoes in there so that we can season them and oil them. So to this bowl of chopped potatoes, I'll add 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. You can use whatever type of oil your family likes. Then I'll add 1½ teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and then 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we'll stir that together. Now, of course, you can add whatever seasonings you like. Sometimes we make these into a Mexican roasted potatoes by throwing in some cumin. Other times we add Italian seasoning. It is really very versatile, and these seasonings are just a very simple flavor that go with so many different dinners. So once it's all mixed, it's time to add it to a baking pan. I have a large cookie sheet here with sides. That oil will run off if your pan does not have sides, so we like to use a shallow baking pan, but one with sides. Go ahead and spray it with a little bit of cooking spray just to be sure they don't stick, and then add the potatoes and spread them into an even layer. Make sure your pan is big enough so that the potatoes aren't piled on top of each other. This will just help promote even cooking. Now we find that the secret to crispy golden brown potatoes is to cook them at a high temperature. So I have the oven preheated to 450 degrees. I will put these in for about 25 minutes. About 15 minutes into baking, use a spatula and stir them so that the other sides can get browned. Check them at 25 minutes. Depending on the size of your potato chunks, they might need a little bit more time, but 25 minutes is a good starting point. And here are the potatoes. For an extra hint on getting them golden brown, a lot of times the pan can depend on how brown something gets in the oven. So if yours aren't getting as golden brown as you'd like, here's the trick. After they're baked 100% soft as you would like them to be, turn the broiler on, either on high for just a couple of minutes or on low. Either one will work. You're gonna have to watch it very closely. Things burn underneath the broiler in the oven very fast. So just do a minute at a time, stir it, keep watch until they are beautifully golden brown. These will be very, very hot when they come out of the oven, and it's hard not to just pick them off the pan and eat them, but make sure you give them enough time to cool. Depending on what we're having for dinner, we sometimes serve them with ketchup or even barbecue sauce, but you'll find that these are seasoned perfectly enough to just eat them as they are. Thanks for watching today. I'm Julie from Taste of Lizzy Tea. I hope your family loves this recipe. Be sure to check back next week for a new video.